Good morning, another week. It is now the 14th of November and I'm running out of stock on most of my things on Amazon. So I've been sort of stuck at work, haven't had enough time to really top up my candles. Plus I've just been a bit knackered, if I'm totally honest. I've now got 9 days off, starting yesterday, but didn't really do a lot yesterday. To really crack on and make the most of that time, to really get everything in stock for Amazon, because December will go crazy. So already I'm like 350 candles sold on Amazon, but I'm just rapidly going out of stock. So I need to top up everything, get that all up to scratch. I've got some wholesale orders coming through. I've had a local florist message me. I don't go out of my way to do wholesale, but if someone messages me and asks me to stock them, I will happily do it. I've changed the way I'm doing it now. Before I didn't really have minimum orders or anything like that. So the minimum order is sort of like 15, so it's well over 100 quid, just to make sure it's worth my time, because I've done it before. People order like 5-6 candles. I've had people not pay me before, so I sort of ask for upfront payment or just very immediate payment. Depends how trustworthy I feel and how local they are. Because if they're local, I feel like I'm more trusting with them because I can visit them. Not that I'm going to go around and be like, where's my money? But I don't know. It makes me feel more comfortable. So that's kind of where we are, because I have had one person not pay me. And yeah, that sucks. It didn't feel great, but whatever. They've just ignored all of my emails and anything else. So we'll just leave that as a learning objective. So yeah, loads to do. I feel slightly overwhelmed once again, but we will crack on. I've also been doing some testing, as always, in my endeavours to improve my candle business and streamline my processes. I'm trying some new waxes, so let's have a look and see what's going on over there. So, all of these are Christmas. All of these bits are wholesale. And then if we skirt over this way, we've got more wholesale bits here. Other projects, other things, and then more candles. So loads going on here. Lots going on, lots to contend with, as always. And the good thing about some of the wholesale stuff is it's an opportunity for me to get rid of some stuff at slightly more than cost. So because I'm always doing new things and I'm trying new things, because my brain can't sit still and I'm like, let's do more things, let's make things better, let's try different jars, different waxes, all of the things at once. I just have stuff everywhere. So I've got jars, I've got all sorts. And because I got on quite well with one of the ladies, I've got this, do you want it? I'll do it cheap. I've got this, do you want it? And she's like, yes, I will take all of those things. So that's good, because it means I can get rid of some jars. And the lovely jars, the ones I just pointed out, the big, big ones. Don't know what that, anyway. The big jars, so it's nice to get rid of them. I think they're a bit too heavy for me to actually use in Amazon FBA, because it will just cost more for shipping, but it's nice to get rid of some stuff. Yes. So yeah, what's going on? I procrastinated all morning, really. It's now 11 o'clock. I know I've got a lot to do, but yeah, procrastination. I don't know, I hate it. Like, I know I've got loads of stuff to do, but I'm like, let's just have a look at YouTube. Need to make a coffee. Need to cut my own hair, because I cut my own hair because I'm a bit of a weirdo. It's a skill I've learned. I can only do one haircut, and I've had this haircut since I was 15. And because it's a bit scruffy on the top, it doesn't really matter what it looks like. And then I was having a shower, and then I need to do a bit of tidying. It's just all sorts of bits before actually doing the things I need to do, which is making candles, which is what makes me money. So it's annoying how shit my brain is, because I've got all this time off. I know what I need to do, which is make candles, because that's what's making me the money. And I'm just not doing it. Once I get into the flow of doing it, it's fine. But I know that is the biggest lever I need to pull in order to propel my business. But my brain's like, let's do all the things on the outside, on the skirt of the bloody thing we need to do. Yeah, I don't know. And trying to find my arms, getting a bit achy. Yeah, and with the most recent video, that has performed really well. I've got really good feedback on it. I really, honestly didn't know what to expect, because when I edited it, and there's a few mistakes in it, I could cut off some of the clips a bit too short, I really didn't know what to expect, because part of me wants to do like a really long video just to see if people like it, and they did. It's the best performing video I've done all month, and it's 45 minutes long. I'm like, have I got that much to say? Well, clearly. And will people find it interesting? And they did, because those are the kind of videos I find interesting. The behind the scenes, the just raw, authentic day-to-day activities, because that's what it is. Like, this isn't perfect. I don't really know what I'm doing. I'm figuring it out piece by piece. I've been doing it for 4 years now. And every time I do something and I learn something and I make a mistake or I have a success, it's a learning curve. It's building up the blocks and building my little castle or something like that. Like, I think, how can I explain this? If you've got a candle company, or you're starting anything new, there's no quick fix, there's no instant overnight success. And if it does look like there is, you haven't seen the work behind the scenes. So I was always looking for like the best wax, the best video. Even now I look on YouTube for like the next best business model. I'm looking for that instant fix. Like, I want to have a six pack immediately. I want to be super hench immediately. I want to lose all my weight immediately. Like, I want to be able to run a marathon now. I don't want to do any of the work. I just want the results. And life doesn't work like that. So I could tell someone exactly what to do with all of my candle business and explain everything I've done to get where I am, like step by step by step. And the chances of them actually doing it and making it is maybe much harder than you think, because I've done all the steps necessary. I've hardened my brain. I've learned through failure. I've done all that stuff. And I think there's so many videos out there telling you what to do exactly, but if you're not quite there mentally, it's not going to work. I'm hoping this makes sense, because in my brain it does. So there's so much good content online, and so many things that people are telling you, whether it's any kind of business model, because they all work, all business models work because there's people doing it. So if someone's done something, you can also do it. But what I'm trying to say is there's no shortcuts, there's no hack, there's no just instant success. You're not going to wake up tomorrow and be like, oh, I've made the best candle and I've got a business. You need to put in the work. You need to learn. You need to do it through your own failures. There's no point copying other people. You need to do your own thing to stand out and sort of carve your own marketplace. You need to read the books and listen to the podcast and watch the videos. You need to absorb all of that stuff in order to get to where you want to get. So that's essentially the message I'm trying to get across. You need to do the work in order to get to where you want to be. There's no way you're just going to go and wake up and you've got candle business. That's what I always thought would happen to me. I always thought, right, if I get the best candle in the world, I'm going to have a business immediately. I'm going to make loads of money because it's so much better than everyone else's. But it doesn't work like that. And I've only learnt that in the last 6 months by doing it, that it just takes time. And it's doing those repetitions. It's doing the same stuff week in, week out, day in, day out. Like I'm doing something every single day to benefit my candle business. It might not be much. It might just be something simple like editing a description, but I'm doing something every day to better myself and to better my little candle business. Kind of aim for doing 1% slightly better every day. That's kind of it. So I'm not really sure how I got onto this tangent or what like is happening because I don't know anymore. Maybe I've had too much coffee, but I think actually I'm just quite excited because the last video did really well. So yeah, I'm going to do more. I'm going to do more big videos. Don't really know what in the world in the undiagnosed ADHD just happened with everything I've just said, but I think some of it's useful. I think there's useful nuggets in there. And then part of me in the past, I would have just left out that ramble, but I'm going to leave it in there because I think it's got some use. I think it's got some value. I think, like I said, everything I've learned, everything I've done is useful. It's got some knowledge in there because, like I said, if I went back 4 years ago and I had the keys to my success, I could probably sped up the process, but my brain wouldn't be in the right place to actually deal with that. It's like when people win millions on the lottery, they're not financially smart enough to use that money. So when I was in my most cretinous drinking days, say I won £1 million, I probably would have just spunked it all up the wall. I would have just spent it on crap. Whereas now I actually know, not entirely, like I know how to invest a bit. I know how to look after my money. I know how to like save. I'm like much more stable and financially knowledgeable. I've learned a lot, and I've learned how taxes work. All this kind of stuff you don't learn at school, and you don't ever get taught it. Like the government don't necessarily want you to succeed in business or do your own thing. They just want you to work a job and pay your taxes. They just want happy little sheep doing their things. Now, this might sound a bit conspiracy theorist, but that's kind of what I believe. Like, no one teaches you about money. You have to learn yourself, or watch videos, or read things like Rich Dad, Poor Dad. So that's essentially what I'm saying. Like, you need to learn this stuff along the way and develop your skills and your knowledge and grow your brain. There's no instant success. So yeah, hopefully that has been a useful little tidbit, because it's what I've learned along the way. So yeah, a lot of counter making to do today, a lot of charging. There's a constant state of chaos. I need to just do a lot of things. I've got 3 wholesale ones I need to do and get out tomorrow, so I'm probably going to go visit them all in person. It's quite nice sometimes just to get out and see people, and then just make a lot of candles, edit some listings. I'm trying to do a new candle, trying to get some Vine reviews on that, and just loads going on. So yeah, we'll crack on with the rest of the vlog and just see where we go on this adventure. But yeah, thanks for everyone that watched the last one. Thanks for all the lovely comments. All of that stuff really does just make it feel worthwhile. It makes me feel like I'm helping people, and what I'm sharing is interesting. And yeah, I just like making the content. It's something for me to look back on as my journey progresses, even though sometimes I hate watching my own videos. But it's just proof that where I started, say 4 years ago, and I think my oldest video on YouTube is 2 years ago, maybe, just how things progress, because that's what I liked doing. I like seeing YouTubers and going back to the oldest video to see where they are now, and just seeing what's changed and what people have learned, because it shows you can start from nothing and then you can get somewhere. And that just makes it real to me, because sometimes on the internet things don't feel real. Like I said in my other vlog, everything's too polished, it's too perfect, it doesn't look achievable or attainable, but it is. I'm slowly proving that to myself, and hopefully you guys. This will be the 3rd or 4th time where I said I'm going to crack on with the vlog, but we are now, so yeah, bye. Right, so all those things I said I'd do today, haven't really done. Really annoying. Like, I think because I'm tired, because I woke up at 4 and just scrolled on Reddit for an hour, which I hate myself for. I don't know why I did it. I think it's this thing here I'm recording on is a slight addiction to it. So I think I need to do something with that. Like, I think because I'm off, I'm like, it doesn't matter. I'll sleep, I'll be alright, I'll be tired. I'll crack on with the rest of the day, but I haven't been able to do that. I've been in like, not the right brain wavelength. That's the only way I can describe it. I'm like operating in like, like a slightly cretinous sub wavelength. So it's like here, it's like sort of medium, like I can just crack on and do stuff, and then there's like alpha where I'm just like getting shit done. I want to do it, and I'm just plowing through stuff and sort of operating in like, I don't know, just a dopamine hangover. I can't describe what the feeling is, but I know mobile phones have that addictive nature, and it's causing me some issues. So basically I haven't really achieved what I wanted to do today. I procrastinated most of the morning away, albeit I did do some ordering, and I did some things that felt productive. Mostly refreshed my channel page to see how many views I got, and mostly just refreshed Amazon to see how many orders I've got, which is also equally addictive. I'm just trying to get cheap dopamine hits, and I know I'm doing it, and I hate it. I just can't seem to stop. I'd get so much more done if I just didn't do the stupid things, the monkey activities, I guess. That's the best way to describe my brain in that situation. Like, I'm just like You ever seen that Family Guy episode where Peter's like, ooh, piece of candy, ooh, piece of candy, ooh, piece of candy. Just keeps picking up stuff. It's kind of what I'm doing. I'm just looking for the cheapest dopamine hit to make me feel fulfilled. But like I said earlier, I know what I need to do, and that's make candles, because that's going to make me the money, and that's what's going to boost my business. So I haven't quite completed my wholesale order. I haven't quite completed anything I wanted to do today. Did go look at a house with my partner because we're looking to buy and sort of move out. So I've done things and it's been productive. I think I need to try and also cut myself a bit of a break. I had 2 days off, been working very hard at work, and maybe it's me rebelling because I also need to have a break. I can't be too hard on myself because I can't robotically work, but equally I've also got this chunk of time off, and I think I'll put so much pressure on myself to achieve loads that now I'm just like, nah, don't want to do it. And I know what my brain's like. It's what I did at uni, and it's what I did at every exam. I left it all until the very last minute, despite me having loads of time. I'd be like, I'd just leave it all to the last minute and just do a slightly crap job. So, need to snap out of it. It's currently 9:40, so I don't know whether to try and crack on and get a few more bits done, or just go to bed, try and get some good sleep, start again tomorrow. I was going to try and get all my wholesale orders out tomorrow and just do a bit of driving, but I think I need to recalibrate, maybe. Wake up with a list and start again. I think it's just because I know I've got so much to do and I know I need to make the most of this time. And yeah, I don't know. It can just be overwhelming. Like when I go to work, I'm at work. I know what I need to do. But I think it's a bit like my gym. I've got a gym in my spare room and I know it's there and I know I should work out. But because it's so close, I sometimes can't make myself do it. So I've joined a gym again. I cancelled it because I wasn't using it. But when I get to the gym, I do stuff and I enjoy it because I'm already there and I get into that mode. Whereas when I put the gym there, I'll procrastinate all day. I'm like, I'll do it in a minute. I'll do it in a minute. I'll do it in a minute. Let's have some coffee first. Let's get in the right mood. And then I don't do it all day. And then it's like 5 o'clock and I'm like, yeah, I ain't doing it. But when I get to the gym, I'm like, cool, we'll do it. Whereas like the candle stuff, I don't know, because maybe it's in my room. Not my room, my spare room. I'm like, yeah, we'll do it in a bit. We'll do it in a bit. We've got all day. And then all day disappears. And I'm like, oh, cool. 9 o'clock. Better crack on. Get all the things done I need to do. I think, yeah, mostly some kind of addiction to YouTube, this mobile phone, me not sleeping the best I could because I'm using this thing. So, yeah, I don't know if you guys ever get that or relate to that, where you're just like wasting your time, procrastinating. I must be the king of procrastinating. So, we will leave it there for today and we will start again tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be good. Got personal training at 8. Got to drop the dog off at school, which is doggy daycare. So I'll do that, get back, hopefully be in a good frame of mind because I've got the momentum from the working out. Come back, make a load of candles, get all the bits done. Then I think in the afternoon I'll drop everything off to Amazon and do the other things I need to do. So that's where I'm kind of at the moment. So yeah, see you in the morning. Hello, it is Friday. And I feel much better today. I actually decided to take my own advice. We'll get back to what I was saying about my own advice. I sometimes try and stay up late to try and feel like I can maximize the amount of time I've got in order to force out like a bit of work, like labeling candles or editing video or doing something. But what happens is inevitably I just get slower and slower and slower and slower and slower, procrastinate more, look at my phone more, that it just becomes like I'm wading through sludge. So I decided to just go to bed. I think I went to bed about 10 and I decided to do my Shopify orders in the morning, which is what I wanted to do last night. So I printed out my labels and had everything ready and I just woke up and labeled everything, packaged it all and just did it. So I got up at 6. So that's about 7 hours sleep. So I feel pretty good today. I know what I need to do and I've got a bit more momentum. So up at 6, packed my orders, took the dog to school, personal training, dropped all my parcels off, and then came back home, had a bit of food. I still procrastinated a little bit, but not as much as yesterday. I feel... What do I feel? I feel more inclined to do the work because I'm not as tired, whereas yesterday I was just a bit tired. It's hard to sit down and focus when my brain's just a bit sleepy. So, yeah. Loads to do today still. I've postponed my Shopify. I've postponed my wholesale orders. Sometimes I drop them off if they're local, but I'm going to do that tomorrow. So I'm going to get everything packaged, everything labelled, everything done today. I'm going to try and drop some Amazon FBA orders. So today is just making candles, labelling, packaging, and not dropping off. Sometimes I try and plan too much in a day. Like I'm like, right, I'll make a load of stuff, and then I'll drop a load of stuff off. And then I never really do any of it well. So if I just spend a bit of time doing one thing, like making candles and then labelling them, it's easier rather than me like darting backwards and forwards and doing all these bits. I think that's the problem I had yesterday. So I knew I had a house viewing later on, and there was other bits happening in the day that I couldn't really ever focus for a period of time. I think I got about an hour and a half's worth of candle making amongst other distractions and bits. Whereas when I've got dedicated time to do stuff, it means I can just get on with it. And when my partner's at work, I can do all that sort of guilt-free. Like I can just spend 8 hours making candles and doing stuff. Whereas if she's off or I have an evening off, I feel selfish doing those things, even though I don't think she minds. I spend time with her, we do stuff, but like sometimes when I'm trying to do bits and I know when to do it, I feel like a bit of a selfish git because I'm like, I just need to do these things. So yeah, we're just cracking on. I'll show you where we're at the moment because there's loads going on. It is chaos once again. Loads of me. Need to really just have a bit of a tidy and a reset, but everything's so busy at the moment that I just feel like I can't stop. And I've run out of table space, so I've used upside down boxes to do my candles just to, I don't know, keep on top of everything. Because I'm selling so many on Amazon, and because I'm getting a trickle of Shopify orders through my website, through like Google or Instagram, or maybe people buy them on Amazon and then Google my website to find them because they're a little bit cheaper on my website. I make more money on my website even though they're cheaper. So yeah, I find the Shopify one's tedious because I have to go to the post office and do them. I find Amazon much easier to do, but I don't make as much money. Ideally, if and when this becomes a full-time thing, best of both worlds. So I'm building up a steady customer base, people that like it. But yeah, it's just chaos. I don't know how other candle makers stay so organized and keep everything so clean. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just the way I am. But I'm just constantly hauling boxes up, taking them out, getting rid of recycling. It's just constant state of chaos. Maybe I just need a big warehouse, but maybe one day. But I'm also not very good at tidying up after I've done something, either because I'm going to bed or because I'm running to the post office. So yeah, it's just a little bit crazy. Don't know what I'm looking for because everything is a mess. Oud. Make some oud. I'm also trying to make stuff in terms of popularity, trying to make the candles that are super popular and I know are going to sell. So I've got quite a few ones which are popular and are selling well. Also, Amazon takes quite a while for them to check into stock. So sometimes it looks like I'm out of stock, but they're slowly filtering in, so it just takes a bit of time. So trying to logically plan everything is not my forte either. A lot of it's just, yeah, I think I need to make that because they're selling really well, so let's make loads of it. I've got 500 tins in the building. So if I can get 500 candles made whilst I'm off, that'd be amazing. I want to get my woodwick jars going, and I want to get my wax melts going. I finally got like a reed diffuser going on Amazon, but it was much more difficult than I thought because I can't just sell reed diffusers on Amazon like I have in the past. I now need to get like a safety data sheet, so I have to pay someone to do a safety data sheet for my reed diffuser, which was a bit of a pain in the ass, but equally it means people can't copy what I'm doing so easily. So the pros and cons to that. And that has finally just been accepted, so I can finally start selling them. I made about 40 or 50 of these reed diffusers ages ago. So I'll be excited to see how they go. I've tried to create something a bit different that no one else is doing. And I'm confident I can make it work and then do them in different themes. So there's a few different projects going on. Despite me not being able to keep up with my candles, I want to try and diversify my incomes. So the reed diffusers are quite easy to make. Things like wax melts are obviously very easy to make, not melt. And it's trying to find other things which are a bit easier, because the candle making is long. Wicking, pouring, labelling. Don't get me wrong, there's labelling with other things, but wax melts are just melting fragrance pour. Reed diffusers literally just pouring and putting in a bottle. So I did try selling incense before, but I don't think I quite had a product good enough, or I don't think I thought about it enough. It didn't provide enough value. I thought I could just pack up some incense and sell it because other people were doing it, but thinking about it, I could probably redo it and make it better, but I'll leave it for now. Just trying to think outside the box of things I can do that I don't have to make, because making is time consuming. But I think I've kind of sussed the process for creating good products that people like and packaging it in a way that speaks to people. I think I can replicate for other things, but it's finding other things first. Good morning, Saturday the 16th, 7:30. Up a little bit later than normal because I woke up randomly at 4:30 in the morning, decided to give the Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson boxing match a watch. I wasn't going to do it, I was just going to sleep. But I was awake, I thought, bugger it, I'll give it a watch. Bit disappointing, so should have just slept. Anyway, the candles, they're going really well. I'm up about 410 candles on Amazon. That's how many I've sold. I've got about 20 orders I've done so far on my Shopify website, with 7 to process. And my wholesale order, just about completed that. Bear with me, walking up a hill quite quickly. So 3 wholesale orders. One is about 35 candles, which is wicked. One's 12, which is a bit lower than my sort of threshold, but I've been working with them for a little bit, so I'm happy to sort of do it. And then one's a new one. One's like a local florist, so that'd be cool. I'll be glad once the wholesale orders are out of the way though, because I find them just a bit bitty, a bit tedious. A little bit of everything. I can't just make big batches of everything. And I sort of end up delivering them because they're fairly local. It doesn't seem worth the effort for me to post it, or the cost. So I'll be glad when they're out of the way. Like, I'm not knocking the money, I'm not knocking stocking other people, but I find building up my Amazon little business more beneficial, building reviews, building momentum, that kind of stuff on Amazon. So I'm going to a florist, and they live on a farm, and they've got an automatic gate, which is absolutely crazy. So I'm not quite sure where I'm going or what I'm getting into. It's gonna be fine, I'm sure. Yeah. Anyway, go to the florist, drop some flowers off. Not flowers, fuck. Good morning. Now, I've been up most of the night. The dog has got a poorly stomach, and I live in a flat, so it means taking him downstairs and going outside, and yeah, you can imagine. And then not only that, I went to bed a bit too late, so whilst I was labelling the candles, I mean, suckered into like a TV show, Gangs of London. Very brutal, but it's an interesting story, and it's very addictive. It's, I don't know, just suckers me in. And I've got a bit of an addictive personality, so stuff like that, I just want to watch all of it. Like with Reacher or other things, I just get lasered in. So it's probably slowed me down because I'm sort of paying attention and then doing the candles slowly. So I think I need to just try and be a bit more efficient with my time. I'm getting a lot of stuff done, but I'm still procrastinating quite a lot. I don't know why. I think maybe because the candle making is boring to me now, because I've been doing it for so long and it's actually successful. I'm always looking for new ideas and new candles and new things to make, because that's where the fun bit, that's where the dopamine kicks out. Whereas doing the tins, which is what making me the money, it's not new, it's not exciting. So I think I'm putting that off because I don't want to do it. So I need to condition my brain to just fucking do it, because that's what is the workhorse of my small business at the moment, the candle tin. So I've now moved into the living room because I can watch TV whilst I'm doing it. So current set play is like this. So we've got all these tins, all of them. We've got stuff there, we've got stuff there as well. So a lot of it's for Amazon, some of it's for wholesale orders, and yeah, just bits going on. I did make a massive mistake the other day. So there's a shop that I've been supplying candles for, and I tried a new wax just for them, just to make it sort of paraffin free, because it's like a vegan plastic free shop. So it felt wrong me selling them candles that are paraffin based, even though I think paraffin's absolutely fine. So I did a load of coconut soy candles and I just guessed the wick, but then I had one left over, so I tested it and it tunneled horrendously. So I was like, oh man, I've just sold them 35 candles, which are crap. So I had to message her and say, I'm really sorry, the candles I sold you aren't any good. So had to redo all them, which is a pain, because it's a half an hour drive there and back. It's just, I don't know, stuff that puts me off this little business. I had a similar situation in the summer when I was launching my pumpkin spice. I hadn't tested the oil with the wick, wicked them all, made about 60 of them, posted them all to Amazon, and I tested one and it just tunneled. There's something in the oil that just didn't work as the rest of my candles did, so it needed a bigger wick. I needed to wick up in order to get a better melt ball. So that was also a pain. I had to retract like 60 candles from Amazon. It was just a nightmare. I almost threw in the towel then. I was like, this is too hard. This is just silly. So learn from my mistakes. If you're going to sell something, make sure you've tested it. There's nothing worse than making... Good evening. It's been a day. As I mentioned earlier, the dog has had a poorly stomach all day, so I've had minimal sleep. I went out, there's just mess everywhere. I've been in and out all day with him having a poorly stomach. Rang the emergency vet and they said he'll probably fine, keep an eye on him. So hoping he's not too bad over the night time, but yeah, we'll see. That's kind of put a bit of a spanner in the works for today's progress. But I have finished all my wholesale orders. I've delivered everything. I've rectified my mistakes. I've made 30 more candles, taken them back, and just said keep the other candles, sell them at a discounted price, tell people they tunnel, or sell them to people that have got like those candle burners, like a wax melt thing, but for candles. So yeah, there's no point me taking them back, because I tried that before. I recalled all my Amazon ones that I basically fucked, and my intention was to put them all in boiling water, melt the wax and re-pour them, but it's just so tedious, I just couldn't be bothered. I just ended up binning most of them. It was just easier to take the loss and just start again. My intention was just to take them all out of the boxes, recycle the boxes, it's just all of that. It just didn't work, I just couldn't be bothered. So, mistakes. Hopefully, I don't do that stuff again. And I will learn to test things properly before I try and sell them. So, yeah, there we are. So it's now a late night wicking. Need to catch up with my Shopify website orders. Got 9 I need to fulfill and get out. I've got a few quite big ones, which is really good. And then the problem I have is I don't necessarily always keep enough. Hang on, I'm trying to find somewhere more comfortable to lean. I don't keep enough stock on hand. So I basically just make everything and ship it to Amazon. I never keep enough stuff for my website, which is really annoying. So I make a lot of it to order, I guess, or I'm cutting it fine. So sensible me wants to get just a backlog, just a nice stack of every scent, like 5 or 6 of each. But inevitably, when I get around to packing my boxes for Amazon, I basically just pack a box of like 50 or 60. I'm like, well, I can squeeze a few more in there. So I hit my supplies and then just deplete everything. So I'm constantly playing catch up with everything. But I don't know if that's how every candle maker or business owner feels this time of year, when you just all guns blazing, everything's going from every direction, you're just like trying to keep up with it somehow. But I just need to get better and more sensible with what I've got. It feels like I'm playing on hard mode. Like it should be a bit easier than what I'm making it. So I've got 3 more days off. I've got Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. It's all rapidly gone. And I was hoping to have done a lot more in that time. Granted, I've been busy, but my expectations were maybe too high. So, yeah, there we are. I think I'll probably leave it there for this vlog. I don't really know how like cohesive this vlog's going to be altogether. So it just feels like lots of different bits connected. I mean, that is essentially what a vlog is, but I don't know if this is going to be one big bloody fucking waffle fest of me just nattering on, and whether that is good, I don't know. Whereas in the previous one, there's a lot more candle making and a lot more candle making talk. This is just me talking about my business and kind of where I'm going with it. Oh yeah, one more thing. I've had another local farm shop reach out to me for wholesale. Now the thing is, like, it's good that people want to sell my candles. I like it. And I think what I'm doing now is different and unique, and it stands out and they look cool, and I've made something that fills a gap in the marketplace rather than before. I'm just making a nice candle. No one really wants that because you can get nice candles anywhere. So that's good. And I shouldn't turn down business, but I don't make as much money from doing wholesale as I do selling them directly, or as I do on Amazon or whatever. And I find I either have to transport them myself or pay quite a lot of money for delivery. And because I'm stupid and possibly too nice, I haven't been including a delivery charge in my candles. So I normally just drop them off in person if they're not too far away, or post them. So I don't know whether to do a delivery charge, because that's what everyone else does. So I don't know why I can't bring myself to charge people for delivery. I think it'll stop people from buying them, but it's just how the world works. Or whether I just add a bit more of a fee onto my candles, whether I just add like an extra 20p to each one to cover delivery. I don't know. Need to have a little think about it, or whether I pursue wholesale or not. I did make a video just saying it's a waste of time and I can't be bothered. Like, I'm not going on my way to find these people. They come to me, and I shouldn't really turn down any business. And it's interesting who you meet and the connections you meet. Like, I've met some really lovely people, and it's nice making friends that have businesses and different entrepreneurs. So I just find it interesting meeting people and seeing what they're doing and how they got there. So yeah, that's pretty much everything that's happening in my little world at the moment. Lots going on. So yeah, give the video a like. Let me know what you think in the comments. Do you want to keep seeing these vlogs? Are they interesting? I think I'm quite interesting, but I don't know. Let me know. Like, subscribe, leave a comment. Bye for now.